Yeah.
Okay. I'm Jim Rumbaugh. I'm going to share a little bit of history and a little bit of music with you and pass on something that I learned from a gentleman many years ago at the Harmonica Club. I'm going to get my good friend Karen Combs to play the guitar and back me up. I'm going to be doing a song that's called Billy Richardson's Last Ride. And I learned this song from Fred Miller back in about 2001 when we were playing music on the front steps of a place called the Java Joint. And he'd be singing this song and I'd hear him say Huntington. And I'd listen and say, I've never heard a song that has the name Huntington in it. I mean, I've lived in Huntington all my life, but what is this song? He said, well, this song's about Billy Richardson's last ride. And then he proceeded to tell me about Billy Richardson, and I went and researched a little bit. Now, Billy Richardson was an engineer for the C&O Railroad. He started back about 1978 and went on to 1910. And he was the engineer for a train called the Fast Flying Virginian. And the Fast Flying Virginian went between, if I remember, all the way from Chesapeake all the way to Huntington. And Billy Richardson's route was from Hinton to Huntington. And so he did Huntington to Huntington, Huntington back to Hinton. And he was famous for running that train fast and on time. Billy Richardson was a little bit of a character. He had a long beard, and he would frequently lean out the cab of the engine, and his beard would be flapping in the wind, and he would wave at people as he went up and down the tracks. And everyone up and down the tracks knew Billy Richardson, just like if you're on the bus route, you get to know your bus driver. Well, everyone knew him as the engineer because he'd been there for so long. Matter of fact, there's a story saying that he took his oil can they used to grease the engine. He took that can and he squirted in his mouth because he said, I reckon it'd do me some good. So he was a bit of a character. Well, the story goes in 1910, he had left Charleston. He was heading to Huntington. He was in a stretch of the track called Scary, West Virginia, near Scary Creek, near St. Albans. And it's like he usually does, sticks his head out to check what was just left. But there was an unsecured mail crane that was a hook that holds a mail bag, and it struck him in the head. And he went down. The firemen brought the train, went into Huntington Station, and then they took him to Huntington Hospital. Billy Richardson never came to. He died. Matter of fact, at this time, there is a plaque that sits at the Huntington train station in memory of Billy Richardson. I'm going to have to go get a picture of that, as a matter of fact, to be part of the history. Well, we might not have heard of Billy Richardson, but 16 years later, in the middle of the 20s, about 1926, there was a young man that remembered how Billy Richardson waved for him. This gentleman worked for the NS Railroad. And like every other day, he'd go out and wave at Billy, and Billy would wave back. And train songs had just been popular. They had just come out with the Record 97 was a big hit. So he wrote the song, and someone else sang it. And Billy Richardson's Last Ride became a minor hit back in the late 20s. And now we're going to do it. And if you listen, you're going to hear Huntington mentioned twice, our hometown. Through the West Virginia mountains came the early morning mail. Old number 3 was westbound, the fastest on the rail. It pulled right into Hinton, a junction on the line. With its Baldwin Malley engine, it made the run on time. Billy Richardson at Hinton was called to make the run, to pull the fastest time freight from there to Huntington. His firemen then reported for duty on the line, and receiving their train orders, left Hinton right on time. Fireman said, now Billy, you know you're old and gray. Your name is on that pension list, you should retire someday. But Billy said, dear fireman, this truth I'm telling you, I must die right in my engine cab and nothing else will do. Well, Billy told that fireman how happy he would be if he could die while pulling a train like number 3. I want to die on duty in my engine cab so free, while pulling eastbound number 4 or westbound number 3. So coming down New River came westbound number 3. By Thurman and by Cotton Hill no danger did he see, but his head had struck a milk crane while going down the line. He'll never make that run again to Huntington on time. He did the fast excursion, he did the U.S. Mail, he did the fastest time freight to the rhythm of the rail. He lost his life on duty in his engine cab so free, while pulling eastbound number 4 and westbound number 3. Last time.
Bravo!